I know.
I'll
Who
let you
wants
start,
to?
Pepper. See if you can get a better game going.
I think that's reasonably likely. We'll see.
I like how this plays.
I like how this one plays as well, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to end up going as we proceed. Well, I don't know. Maybe this could be worse. I guess. All right. What would you like?
Heads.
Okay.
Catch Darkness to Darkrai.
Yep.
Finish second Smurgle. Portrait.
You're gonna get an N.
Okay. You get the N. And pass from there.
Okay. We will draw. Yeah, could have done with actually having some of that to play turn 1, but that's just what happens when you don't go first, isn't it? Let's see then. I suppose we will bench the Magnemite, bench a Darkrai, attach. I might. Is it even worth attaching active? That's the thing, I don't know. Yeah, might as well. We'll catch her in the Darkrai, prevent Dark Patch shenanigans, and go ahead.
Bench Terrakion. Patch Fighting.
Yeah.
Dark Cloak out.
Yep.
Portrait.
Yeah, not happy about it. It's one card away from being absolutely broken out the ass, but not happy about it.
Random Receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Top font.
Yep.
Have to shuffle the deck after that, just out of curiosity.
Don't believe you do, no.
Well, I'm ripping the font anyway, so.
Yeah.
Didn't really matter, I was just curious. If you like the Terrakion.
Yep.
And pass from there.
Okay, we will draw. Attach active, bench Magnemite, go. It's fucking annoying, to be honest.
Heavy Light on the Darkrai.
The good thing is these Evo Lights do not matter in the slightest for me, but the bad thing is I've got to actually be able to do something first. Because I'm looking at the damage numbers and I'm like, this is still exactly where Magnezone needs to be to kill you in one hit anyway. So that's why I'm like, yeah, they don't matter, but I've got to actually be able to do a thing before I can get to that point.
Sorry, not sorry. Junk arm away, N. And plus power for Random Receiver.
Yeah?
Play Random Receiver. Because, yeah, I'm not unbricking you. I'm not I can help it in the slightest.
Well, yeah, no, you shouldn't. I'm not blaming you on that. Again, I am one card away from destroying you in this game, so I don't blame you.
Goes to hand. Catcher in the Magnemite.
Yeah, sure.
Doesn't mean. Juniper. Shaman, draw 7. Catch Darkness to Darkrai. Young Calm, discard Darkness. And Mewtwo. Get back. Catcher. Hard switch. Oh, wait, no. Dark Patch first, then Hard Switch.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, and then hard switch, and then Night Spear hitting the Magnemite. I was assuming is what you'd have done, right?
Yep.
Because you want to kill this off as quick as you can, which makes sense. So that will go down. This obviously goes in. Prize gets taken. Unfortunately, yeah, I wanted to see whether it was worth scooping or not, but yeah, we do have Candy Zone, so there is that. Attach can go down. Magnetic Draw for 6. Well, you're lucky you did kill that Magnemite, because I had a second Magnezone down if you didn't, so I guess good job on that one. Sage. That is interesting. What do we do with that? Probably that. Alright, so it's what have we got? Switch, Dark, and where was it? Switch, Dark, and Sage going in the discard. He's come in. So we will Dark Patch that Darkness onto the bench. Let's go Ultra Ball, discard N, and probably Sage here, to be honest. Grab ourselves down another Magnemite. Is it worth checking the rest of it first? I suppose so. It's worth noting a couple of the key points here, I guess. Okay. We will Catcher in the Terrakion and Night Spear to hit the Smeargle as well. So 70 active, 30 to the Smear.
70. Rhythm on the Terrakion.
Yep. Makes sense. Yeah, it suddenly got a whole lot more real, didn't it?
Jump up for 7. Discard, catch a Dark Patch.
Okay.
Cool ball.
That's the pepper I luck, I know. I guess it's not that big of a thing here. I mean, it gets another Terrakion potentially, right? But where's the energy for that coming from right now? Yeah,
Aim Darkrai.
so that's what I thought, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything about your bullshit luck. Yep.
There's a Shaman.
Yep, I can't do anything about your bullshit, unfortunately.
So I'll second that as well. And yeah, Land Crush 2 prize knockout.
Yeah, of course. So fucking stupid. All of this because I went second, and you happen to have the start. Oh, it's just so stupid. I don't know. Just like, what am I supposed to do? Okay. Yeah. It's probably the play. Right. Well, I'm gonna magnetic draw for free. Okay. That kind of saves it a little bit actually. Candy to Magnezone. I guess I've got to be slightly careful about how many of these I use, but I've got another magnetic draw as well. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll junk arm, discard, catch a dark to get the dark patch. Oh, god fucking damn it! It's one button down. Whatever, you know, the dark patch is in there, so we will get ourselves that out. I'm just gonna do it because I feel like it now. It has slighted me for not immediately thinking it. So yeah, we'll get that so we can patch on to the Darkrai. Yeah, magnetic draw second here. Okay, so now where do we go? We need one more. Ah, should be reachable. We'll attach a dart to the zone, bench a Sableye. Just thinking if it's worth using that now. Probably makes it harder to hit what I want, so no, we're just gonna end here.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Dark Patch. On to the Darkrai. Dark Cloak out. I suppose we can bench a Magnemite. It's probably not going to hurt too much here. And yeah, nice video of a Terrakion for the 30 here as well.
Since that's gone.
Yeah.
Random receiver.
Yep. Of course you would top that one. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Get fucked.
Yeah,
Sorry.
So
You're gonna have to play a shuffle draw now, aren't you? Oh no, because you've got a
no,
DC.
shuffling.
You've got a DC to shuffle. Okay, I was gonna
Yeah.
say it's like, yeah, you're gonna
Yeah,
have
I
to
do.
shuffle here,
Yeah,
but that would have been too far.
You've got it at
Penalty.
the end, which I'm probably going to be forced to play out of his hand.
That's the lovely thing about this deck when it gets going, is it's end proof.
What is it?
I mean, it's certainly not impossible for you to mount something else here.
Actually, no. We'll try it again. Junkard, discard
Interesting.
N plus Ultra Ball for the random receiver. Attempt
Sure.
two.
I have a dark energy from somewhere.
Okay, that's better. That would have been from my deal. That needs to go on my discard.
No, nothing else.
Yeah, attach it. Go on.
Thinking about what I'm doing here for a second. Oh, no, you can touch this. I should do. Yuncom, discarding Mewtwo and Darkness for Dark Patch.
Yep.
Manual attach DCE.
Okay.
Dark Cloak retreat. The Night Spear Wars begin. Putting the 30 on the damage Magnezone.
Sure. Yeah, that does put it in range of a regular spear as well, so I understand that. Alright. You ready for the blowout turn here? Because I think this is going to be a bit of a blowout turn. Based on what I already have in play, that shouldn't be too surprising, I suppose. Right, Darkrai goes down. We are going to junk let me just, how many darks have I got in here actually before I work on this? 2, okay. Yeah, we can make that work. We'll discard the Shaman and Sableye for the Dark Patch to go there. Magnetic draw 1 to go to our 6. Oh, now that makes it a little bit interesting of exactly how I want to do this then. What's the hand count is 2, right? I think I've already discarded a couple of ends anyway, right? Yeah, 2 gone. Alright, let's switch the order up a little bit then. We'll Sage. Straightforward enough. We're going to pitch Dual Ball, Ultra Ball, and N. It's not even going to matter whether I shuffle or not because I'm going to be using the cards anyway. We'll Dark Patch again. To you. Junkarm, pitch 2 Darks for the patch again. To you. Stars back down. Manual attach Lightning. Magnetic draw the second. Yeah, probably fine, because I probably could do with this stuff anyway. Yeah, it seems pretty good to me. We will swap out, and we will go 1, 2, 3, and forward to do 200 and take the KO. With Lost Ben.
Adventures Darkrai, yes.
Yep.
Portrait.
It is an N. And oh, that's just a 1. It did not highlight properly. Look at that. I have everything I still need.
Yeah, no, it's a bit. Catch Dark to Darkrai, catch her in the Magnezone on the bench.
Yep.
And pass.
Okay, we will draw. Okay, so I have to do a little bit of work in order to get it out. That is fine. Dark Patch to the Darkrai. I think, is that all of them now? It probably is. Yeah, that is all of them. Okay. That's fine. What else have I even got in here that's worth looking into? Pretty much not a lot right now. Okay. Understandable. Yeah, let's go for the first of our draws then. Yes, probably fine with that. Yeah, this will be alright. We'll Junkarm pitching. Yeah, pitching double lightning actually should be fine. And we will grab ourselves out the catcher for the Darkrai. Attach. Something tells me I don't really want to go for the other draw here because might be a little bit short. I don't know. Although I mean I could, but it's probably a bit risky here. We'll swap out and Night Spirit hitting the Smeargle. Or do I hit the Terrakion? No, we'll hit the Smeargle, because Terrakion's already in range to be killed by the other bit, so...
Beat out, portrait.
Yeah, you're not getting anything. It's
Then-
super rod. It's super rod and rare candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting anywhere with that. Oh yeah.
I needed to find a way of getting his Terrakion to attack, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I was thinking that going. I think I can still do this if you get it, because was it already damaged at that point, or was it completely fresh?
So, yeah,
I think I
so, yeah.
night
like
speared it. Yeah.
Super scoop upping it, but I didn't have a way of quickly refueling it afterwards. So
Yeah,
I
of
decided
course.
against-
Of course. No, I was thinking. I thought I'd night speared it with a bit already, so I was like, yeah, I only need to hit it with 2 energy at that point. So obviously discarding the 2 lightning because I had the the super rod even in hand. I was just gonna get them back if I needed to, but there just wasn't anything in my discard to have. I was like, I already, because I lost on the lightning instead. It was like there's no energy in my discard to get back, so I'm gonna hold it for now. And yeah, there was no point in me using Magnetic Draw, because then it gives you the out of doing exactly what you tried to do, and you know, go for it in my hand. So I was like, I'm not gonna give the N. I think N is the only supporter I have left in the deck actually at this point. Yeah, 1 singular N is the only supporter that's left in the deck, because I don't need supporter cards when I have Magnezone, right? So it's like, yeah, it's, oh man, that was frustrating, because it just felt like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? But then, you know, it's you get those sort of stupid brick hands, and then it's 1 card unbricks the entire thing, and it's like, yeah, as soon as that happens, it's a good deck at that point, right? It's just, good lord, this, I needed to play this, because as soon as I saw this, then I tried it and was like, this is fucking amazing. Like, by god, it's just so cool to go through. And
Just couldn't hit the energy for that second Terrakion at all.
I did know the list was not the heaviest on fighting energy, because it kind of can't be, right? You've got to
put a second down to either get out the active or land crush.
Yes.
On that first Terrakion.
Yeah, and the fact if you committed to the land crush kind of told me, okay, it's going to be very difficult for you to find that energy with the deck still as big as it is. So I was like, I should be relatively okay to try this if I go for the hit on the end. It's like N to 3 and about a 30 card deck or something you had at that point. It wasn't too far off of that. It was like,
either I commit the land crush or I attach Prism Retreat.
Yes.
I still commit the Prism, so
yes. So understandable. I mean, it's tough. This is obviously a really strong deck, and it definitely showed how good it can be today as well. But it's just it can be difficult when the situation like flips that quickly. And realistically, you did the absolute best you could have off of it there. If you didn't kill that Magnemite on the turn you did, I would have had double zone the next turn, and I think that would have spiraled even further out of control at that point. So I don't think there is much really you could have done differently there, because Mewtwo doesn't do a whole lot in that matchup, let's be honest.
Yeah, like Mewtwo's been kind of a brick in both my games. They've both been Darkrai matchups. It's basically been discard bait. It's been...
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not as good into Darkrai, but then it's amazing into everything else, right? So it's, you kind of just take it as it is. I tried to
establish that game, but I just didn't think it would get anywhere.
No, but it's hard, because it's like, against my Darkrai, you're doing like 80 damage maybe, which is not really where you need to be with the deck. And against the Magnezone, well, you're probably only doing 60 if I keep the energy around, right? So
that's right. You just keep tossing them away to junk cards and whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be more aggressively discarding them then. I'm not sure how aggressive to go just yet.
Yeah, that's the thing with Gen 5 as well. It's like, I mean, this is, and not just Gen 5, it's like, this is a skill I've been lamenting this entire time, right, is we haven't really had access to the whole discard your stuff sort of thing, right? Now we have Ultra Ball, and Junk Arms have been around for quite a while, but like before that, there was basically nothing that would be like, I can discard my resources down to protect myself from shuffle draws being really bad. And yeah, we
It's
just
been the opposite mentality. It's been, okay, I need to keep all my stuff going so I don't deck myself or run out of options later.
Yeah, I was down at like 6 cards in deck at the end, you know, near the end of that, with a magnetic draw for like 4 or something in hand. I was thinking, no, I don't think I'll do that. Thank you very much. You know, my deck was like all energy switch, like 2 switch and an N was like what was left. So it was just, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna keep my stuff around, and because I knew what I could get, right? I knew I was gonna be able to get the lightning energy, and if I needed to next turn, I would have super rodded them back in and shuffle drew, right? So I could get the lost burn if I had to. But
I wasn't
yeah,
sure that last defensive catcher was correct, but I just didn't want to put you in a position where you could just drag in Darkrai and 2-prize KO it.
to be fair, you forced me to find the dart or the switch to get out, because I did have lightning access in hand. I was gonna lost burn again that turn if it wasn't shifted. So I think it was as good as you could have hoped for off of that. Like, I did have outs, obviously, not just attaching the dark. There were 2 switch I could have looked for, but I had to find them at that point, and that could have been overly aggressive at that stage, right? Trying to dig through.
Yeah, I did think you still had lightning to deck, so I just hadn't seen any that game.
Yeah.
From that one you lost zones. Like,
Yep.
You've got to have some more in that. You can't be on 2-3 lightning. That's just insane.
No, I'm on 4. The 1 was priced, so that was a little bit annoying. But no, I'm on 4. So before I spread my stuff out, do you want to play Sai, or before I spread stuff out here?
You're not coming through, Sai.
We can.
Okay.
Let's move that way then. Let's move on.
Because
Well,
yeah,
mine's slightly
you're
weaker to the lightning.
yeah, but at the same time, you also have a really strong Night Spear game. So here you go, Pepper. Here's all the lightning energy.
Yeah, there it is.
So that's a mulligan draw for you.
Yep.
At that point, do you assume you're on some kind of eels? Darkrai eels?
Darkrai Eels is possible. Not necessarily my first choice, but no, it'd be possible as a deck.
Yet another eel deck.
I know, that's why it's not. But okay, what would you like?
Heads, please.
Wow, yeah.
Okay,
got
now
it.
we get to see how spicy this goes.
Oh boy. What on earth is coming out of this then, huh? Whoo! Wow. Okay.
Well, that didn't work as intended.
No, because there's
Yeah,
no
no
card
pressure
to
already.
no anchor on there.
Oh,
Interesting. Yeah. I mean,
Wait,
I guess
what
you.
about- Are we back in Gen 4?
Interesting way around.
Smear
That.
Goal,
Yep.
Darkness Energy.
Yeah. Okay. I
Portrait?
forgot that you did not have a Darkrai in play. I do not have a supporter.
That's fine.
Which, yeah, this is not great. I'll be honest.
Go past that then.
Yeah, we will draw.
Well, it's
Well-
not a brick, it's intended.
You say this is a brick? It was a brick before I drew Dark Energy, and now I might actually be able to do at least something here. Because I can Ultra Ball, we'll discard the 2 items you know of in here, the Junk Arm Dart Patch. And see what we can get. Like, yeah, it's annoying because I do need to find my way into either the candy or like one of the supporters or something, but that's not impossible from here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not too. I guess I mean I'm a little concerned, but I'm not like tripping over myself yet for worrying about this. We will grab... I mean, we might as well grab the Darkrai, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, Dark Cloak is pretty good, so it would make sense to have around. Okay. So we'll do that, and then it is going to be Junk Hunt. I'm just thinking which way round. It's like, I want to get Dart Patch, but I don't have anything for it right now. And I know if I don't get it, though, I'm going to draw a Dart for next turn, and I'm going to be very sad. So, yeah, I think I will take the Dart Patch. The thing is, I want to take Junk Arm, but I might need to take Ultra Ball for, like, Smeargle or something. So I'm going to take the Ultra Ball, I think. It's a bit painful getting rid of Junk Arm like that, but we could return it, you know. And I've effectively just done double Junk Arm, right? So...
Dual ball.
Yep. Okay.
Get our Darkrai.
Yep, makes sense.
Junk Arm, discarding Catcher and Darkness Energy.
Okay.
Actually, wait. No, I should do the thing first. Yeah, I should do the thing first. We'll patch first.
Is there already one in the discard?
Yes.
Oh yeah, because you paid retreat, didn't you? Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll get the other one.
So yeah, patch and then Junkarm discarding Dark and Catcher to get the second one. Okay, and then end. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you know, I had the Magnezone in hand, so I was pretty close.
Dark Claw, Darkness Energy, switch.
Yep.
Night Sphere putting on the Magnemite.
Yeah.
We're getting something, Si?
Oh, right.
Yeah, you actually have to do the switch. Yeah, it's pretty good. Not gonna lie.
I check. Nurgle doesn't know Night Spear.
Alright, we will draw.
Well, it doesn't have Dark Void anymore, at least.
Oh shit, this could be the turn of all time right now. I don't know. I really wish I could have had another Magnemite down, but this could just about be a turn of all time. Huh. Okay. Well, shit. I was not expecting this to be the setup that we have, but... what the fuck do I do with this? Because there's a lot. Its order of operations is really the thing. It's like, I don't know exactly how best to order this.
Divide first, then multiply, then subtract, then addition.
Thank you. That's super useful here. I think it's probably best to do it in this order. We're gonna Ultra Ball, discarding Sage and a switch here.
That means there's a rare candy in hand?
Correct. That was the top deck for turn, and that just like makes everything completely different here. I was gonna have to Sage trying to find it, but I'm gonna dig this out first because yeah, spoilers, I have Dark Patch as well. So we'll get that down. Rare candy into the Magnezone. We will do the magnetic draw first here. So we'll get our 4. Okay. Dual Ball. Nope. Try again. Okay. It's a very minor dampener, but it's okay. So the thing is, the Dark Claw is really substantial in this match, right? Because you have the extra 20 damage that is enough with a Night Spear chip to kill the Magnezone afterwards. So it is pretty good. I'll say that. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna grab the Magnemite, and we are going to Sage. Yeah, I think I can afford to do that. Yeah, okay. So, Dark, Catcher, and N away.
Yep.
So, I'm again just gonna map out the way the turn is heading here. And that, yeah, I'm gonna have to just ship it. Alright, yeah, not the cleanest, but we're gonna junk arm, discard Lightning Candy to get ourselves the Dark Patch, because I have one Dark in there. Attach eventually when it doesn't fly everywhere. Play the switch to swap to it. And Night Spear the damage onto the Sableye.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's the more threatening overall bit with it here. Yep.
Put down Darkrai, Darkness Energy, Haunt.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not super keen on having to have gotten rid of the candy stuff is there as well, but I don't think I had a choice if I wanted to stay in this game. It's just a risk we have to take right now.
Alright, well, Night Spear putting the damage on the Magnemite.
Yep. Okay, well, on the plus side, I don't die, which is good.
I was looking for it.
You were, I know, and that was the fear, because like I couldn't have done anything about that if you'd have picked it up. And there's the punish for having to go aggro, but it's fine. We will magnetic draw. And hit it anyway. Okay, never mind. My top deck was Magnezone, and then the next card in the deck is the freaking candy, because of course it is. Alright, so then I'm going to put the marker down saying this one's been used. We will dual ball. Okay. Grab ourselves out a Darkrai. We will attach and draw the second here. What have we got? No darks, huh? That's unfortunate. That's okay. These ones are probably not long for the field. Let's go ahead and... do I even do that? Yeah, we'll bench the third one. There's a non-zero chance these things die quite frequently after all. And yeah, we're gonna spear and I'm gonna hit the Sableye again.
Random receiver.
Yep. The tension is rising. Oh, okay.
Fortunately, it's not really what I was hoping for. I was hoping for an N.
Yeah.
Guess we'll punt.
Okay.
We can make this work.
I like the sound of that.
Tornadus, Dark Patch,
Okay.
Darkness Energy onto the
You
Sableye.
cannot attach active.
Oh, it's not active. Then we can't make this work. Let's...
Uh-oh.
No, we can. It's a bit awkward, but we can.
Yeah. Fair enough, fair enough.
Eviolite onto the Darkrai, Shaman,
Okay, yeah.
and then we will junk hunt the 2 Dark Patches.
Yeah, sounds good. That's pretty solid. Okay, let's draw. Right. So, how do we handle that then? I think think it starts by trying to get the darkness energy in the discard pile, doesn't it? Because that's always the way these things begin. How do we do that in a reasonable way? Let's go. Yeah, this is probably fine. Yeah, let's go Ultra Ball. We'll discard Dark and it's a bit awkward, isn't it, the way I've done that? That's fine. Yeah, we'll discard Super Rod, because there's not exactly a lot to get right now. Grab ourselves out. Smeargle. Yeah, not exactly going to need him in this game, I don't think. So in it goes. We will Dark Patch to our dear friend the Darkrai. We will capture your Darkrai. We will attach one here. Might as well just switch now because even with the draws and stuff, the rest of this is still going to play out pretty much the same. Because I also have Shaman, so we will go ahead and move that up. I think the lost zoning is going to happen with the other ones here anyway, so there's no point in switching. Magnetic draw 1. Ooh, that's a curious one. Well, Junkarm, Pitching Dark, and the Smeargle to grab the patch so we can get that Dark back. And there's 1, 2, 3 Junkarm gone, okay. Yeah, because I haven't to discard one before. We will draw the second here. Yeah, not much to do off of that. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to do the 200 that we need. Get these all paired up into there and draw.
I'm going to be relying on this hang.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. I couldn't disrupt the hand, unfortunately. I didn't draw an end, so I couldn't get rid of your dark patches, so...
Double Dark Patch?
Yep.
Taunt.
Yep. Oh, you got
Dark
it too.
Claw.
Nice.
Darkness Energy, Retreat, Night
That's...
Spear,
Yep.
putting on the damaged Darkrai.
Sure. That's a pretty good punish for me leaving the dark energy on, but okay. Let's have a think about this real quick. Where are we at in resources down? 2, 3, 2. Okay. Yeah, I think it's gotta be bring this up then. Alright, we will draw. Ten left in deck. We will Ultra Ball, discard Sage, and Magnemite. Grab ourselves out Sableye. Yes, looking pretty good. Let's do that. Yeah, Sableye can go down. Let's just attach the Dark to the active here, I think. It's probably for the best because the 2-shot is reasonable. And we will end. Use our magnetic draw. 7 left in deck, okay. We will rare candy the Magnezone, use the second draw here.
No, this is uncoverable.
Ah, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna I think I was
There's-
just... Yeah, I was gonna Night Spirit the Sableye, wasn't I? So, yeah. I did have the junk arm that I was looking for later, but I thought it's best just to capture the thing me in there with it. Yeah, you did indeed catch the tail end of a very saucy game. We had 2 very saucy games with this deck today in the end. One, unfortunately, relying on the top deck unbrick with the zone. It took like 2 or 3 turns, but once we got that, it was still very, very crazy. Yeah, 2 patch in the prize is unfortunate. At least you did get to junk hunt 2 of them back and get to keep them, which was good, but that's still brutal. Feel for you on that one.
Yeah, happens.
Yeah, I had a zone in the prizes, but that was, I think zone candy was about the worst thing that I had in prizes. It really wasn't that bad in that game, so it just having to get to that one bit. So there aren't many supporters in here because this is like the turbo deck, if you will, that to go through. All you need to get is that one zone in play, right? And if you can manage that, the rest of this deck just kind of fills itself out with it here.
I mean, I definitely tried to get the zone done.
You did. Zone candy is the worst candy. Never eat sweets from the lost zone. Yeah, indeed, some more. But, yeah, no, it's Magnezone Turbo, basically, with it, and it's just... This deck is absolutely awesome to play. Like, I know it was so close to just being really terrible on both sides with it there, but I mean, again, I got end in my opening bit, right, and just didn't draw back into it, so sucks to suck, I guess, but it's just kind of nuts going through. I think the original list did play 2 Smeargle. That's the one thing I changed, is the Smeargle for Sableye, because I figured 10 Darks is fine enough to get the stuff there, and it's like Sableye can get you your necessary tools back at the start of the game, right, which can really help out. You know, if you had to Ultra Ball away the rare candy to get the Magnemite down, oh, look at that, Junk Hunt gets the rare candy and the Ultra Ball back, so you could just get zone next turn anyway. It just felt better to me. Maybe it's not because you have to have a Dark specifically, so it can be a bit weird, but then you see all the future Darkrai Sableye decks are like 7 to 9 energy that can Junk Hunt anyway, right? So it barely even, like, this feels even more consistent with the Sableye, to be honest. And I just felt like we've seen how many times the Smeargle Juniper Punish and stuff like that can happen. Like, it's more than enough. It's more than enough to the point, and my deck kind of plays mostly around it anyway, where it's like, I don't think I really want to. Nobody's playing Collector anymore. Nobody's playing like any of the... Like, if you get Pawns or something, that's great. But this deck doesn't necessarily want to Juniper, right? Because I have my own discard stuff, I can do that freely. And, you know, Sage is my other sort of out. I don't want to Juniper, really. So, I don't want to be forced into it as often. And if Sableye is my opening consistency in a deck that looks like this, I think I can live with that, you know? So I was just like, I'm going to put a second Sableye in instead, and that's the only change. I wanted to play a Retrieval. Energy Retrieval would have been pretty solid to get those Lightnings back if I had to discard them, but it couldn't fit, and ultimately I was like, the Super Rod is probably good enough when I can get like a second Junk Hunt in for it or something, and go from there. So
this as well to actually redraw your energy.
Yep.
Once you've wanted them.
Yep. Obviously, the deck kind of gets hurt a fair bit by item lock. I think a lot of decks here do, but you've got to realize just how difficult it is to get item lock up most of the time now, because Oddish is 40 HP, which gets killed by a DCE on the Mewtwo, and obviously Tornadus is really good at donking a lot of evolving decks in the first place. We didn't get to see it in these lists because no stadium, but Sky Arrow Bridge for like CMT decks would be, or even Eel decks. Tornadus is insane at donking basics and stuff here. Well, it's not necessary, isn't it? Yeah.
Nothing really has a retreat cost.
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
You'd probably you'd end up playing something like Battle City, I think, is the stadium if you had to with it there. But yeah, it's just like the basics are even frailer than they ever have been at this point, right? Even Manaphy's not necessarily a safe starter now because of Mewtwo and Tornadus killing it if you put the energy down, for Mewtwo, that is. And it's just like, yeah, Sphyrical's really good. It's one of the few options you can use for that. But this deck generally kind of punishes that, right? Because I don't play a lot of supporters, but I have my own, very rare in the format, draw engine to work with. And that draw engine just happens to do 200 damage as well very often in this deck. So, you know, it's pretty solid is what we're trying to say. And yeah, I know the weakness to fighting is a big thing and whatnot, and you nearly messed me up with the Terrakion and stuff there as well. I did get lucky to top deck out of it for sure, but it's I felt like the risk was worth taking for it, and you can't really play Tornadus or something in this deck. It just doesn't fit. You can't actually, outside of the one Shaman play, you can't really fuel it ever. So there's just no point trying to tech against it. I want to say something to that DNA, but I will wait until after I stop the recording part of this, because, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, there's, obviously the Igor's deck here is extremely good as well. I know maybe we didn't get to see all of what you'd expect it to do, because, yeah, we didn't play something that Mewtwo was good into here, but just know that, like, every Darkrai exactly matchup that you go into, that Mewtwo is going to do massive work, right? And, yeah, it makes total sense that this was the sort of deck that won Worlds here. And, my god, these Dark Claw were aggressive in your deck over here. Good gravy, that was just terrifying going. Because, yeah, again, I mentioned
violently Darkrai.
Yeah, it's like I mentioned it, the Night Spear ping that you did on the magnets before means that your next Night Spear just straight kills them, and it's like that's ridiculously scary to go against, you know? Yeah,
and that's also why the Evian like to win here, because I've been dropping on Terrakions to mitigate Night Spear damage, because I know they're going to get Night Spear.
Yeah, but I can't do that because I can't play Magnezone, so whatever. But you know, it's just, yeah, it's like really scary, but it's also kind of funny because, yeah, as you say, the Eviolite in here is really good for that matchup, but Magnezone don't care, right? He's gonna kill these guys regardless, so it doesn't take any more energy to do so. So that was nice with that. But yeah, it's just, we got to see why that where that 140 number is so good, right? Because the zone is just perfectly in that range where the chip damage matters. Every single part of Darkrai is super important in its own right. So that's 2012 Worlds, I guess. Yeah, not really surprising in the slightest to see Darkrai do so well in this format, is it? When you just see just what this card can do.
Yeah, the fact that it's got the support ability and it does 90 for free with more on top.
Yeah,
it's way overtuned.
If Dark Patch wasn't in the format, it would probably be more reasonable.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I think Dark Patch being able to get this going way faster than it otherwise should is a humongous difference here. Because, yeah, if you had to manually attach to this every time, it probably would be too slow, right? You'd use it for the support ability, but you would very rarely be able to Night Spear if you didn't have Dark Patch in the format, I don't think.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
At least until next set, when Hydreigon comes in, and then you can do the whole Kling Clang style thing and swap around the Dark Energy that way, and that would potentially let you do the whole Max Potion tanky thing again. But yeah, it's obviously the card is insane. I find it very funny that we all used the exact 3 different artworks that we have here as well. By the way, that was great.
They're all good.
They are all good, yeah. Not gonna deny that. And yeah, farewell Gen 4. All I can say with that. We certainly had a bang with the end of this. It's gonna be funny without Junkan for a little bit. I'm kind of glad for it though. Like I think I mentioned in the 2 upload rotation like impact video, like fuck this card basically is way too powerful with the way the game has gone since it's come out, and yeah, it's just like it's because we have stuff like we have Juniper, we have basically Cynthia as well with this stuff. We've got the Shuffle Draw 6 and can also kind of work with that as well. We've got the super aggressive draw a bazillion card supporters, and then we can just choose to get rid of a couple of those to get back any of the ridiculously strong one-of items you see in this list as well. 1 Revive, 1 Plus Power, 1 Energy Switch, 1 Ultra Ball, right? 1 Eviolite. These sorts of lists got away with being teched out like this simply because you could junk arm the bit that you needed back later on as well. And it was fun in some ways, but it just became a did you happen to draw one of your 4 of, right, to get it, instead of like you just had it near infinite copies as far as these games are concerned of every item that you need in the deck at any point. And
Character especially is just brutal.
Yeah.
Off of it.
Yes. And I mean, God, how many junk arm for Dark Patches did I do between those 2 games? I think it was like 6. That was just ridiculous.
I did a fair amount as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to be too sad to see it go. It's going to be a shot to the system the way the format goes for a bit, because we really didn't get like supporter cards period in Gen 5 so far, right? We have Juniper, we have N, and then we literally only have Bianca and Charon as other draw cards. So
we have 2 supporters in format and 4 copies of and a receiver.
Yeah, more or less. So it's like, it's going to be a shot to the system, but I'm looking forward to it because I've gone through a little bit with the next one. I posted it in the Discord as well. I have like 8 decks that I'm looking at that could be built for next week, and it's not even everything that could be reasonable for it.
Or not? So I know for my.
Did you want to do the Wednesday?
I'm probably not showing up for Wednesday at least because it is going to be a busy dev week for me. Not only is it new pack week, but it's new Gen week.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
There's going to be new features in the box to go with that as well.
Well,
this is what we were looking at when you left, Pepper.
If it's all the same to you, I obviously will want you in for the actual like video stuff. But if it's all the same to you, if Sai's okay with it, then if you wouldn't mind playing on the Wednesday side, just so we get a little bit of a look into how this actually plays, right? Because there are quite a lot of differences. There's a lot of stuff missing, right? And it's going to take a
deck
bit.
and I'll drop in.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit to adjust. I think
I have a 2013 deck list that are a bunch of decks that I can throw you, Pepper.
Yeah, I have built 2013 decks, like 12 of them or something in the past, but it is full format, yeah. It is full format, but some of them aren't too far removed even from what's at the start. Like this
like
one,
the Zeo one?
Yeah, we had to change about 5 cards in here because it was like Comp Search, the 2 or 3 Floatstone, Keldeo, and that was and then Chorus. Whoa! Numbers on the side. Oh no. All sorts of symbols. Anyway, yeah. If it's all the same to you.
How do you upload the full folder?
They're just files. Right.
Yeah. Long story.
So this is gonna take
Make them a zip.
Yeah.
Easier that way.
Long story short, DNA, the Biancas here were Chorus, but obviously we can't play Chorus in Dragons Exalted, so that's why they are Bianca at the moment. It's good that we're gonna need some sort of draw for it. So, yeah. Anyway, as far as the video stuff goes, yeah, I would like to play on the Wednesday, but not necessarily play for an upload, if that makes sense. Right? I would just like to, because I came in Boundaries Crossed, but Boundaries Crossed was when Blastoise was a big thing, right? Blastoise, Landorus, etc. And the decks, I've not had a chance to play with stuff like this, right? Because I played when Skylar was the thing. So, you know, I would like to at least get a little bit of time to see what to see how the gameplay goes and, you know, adjust a little bit, because there are just so many cards that we're missing now that we've relied on for so long. So if it's all the same to you, I would like to at least do that. you don't have to play in that, obviously, Pepper, if you're busy with the other stuff. And then we can kind of convene whenever it's like reasonable to do.
5 at a time.
Does that sound alright?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, well, thank you guys for playing in the 2012 stuff here as well. This was, yeah, surprisingly fun. I know it's a little bit sort of going, oh, it's just Darkrai everywhere with this stuff, and I get that. But we did see the non-Darkrai stuff last time round as well, and they certainly weren't terrible. The Empo deck actually did pretty damn well. It beat the Zoroark stuff in the end when you played the non-Aerodactyl one. And, yeah, there's the Klinklang stuff I played last time didn't even attack with the Darkrai in the end, so it's, there was a lot of fun stuff to play, I think. Just because the meta has like a couple of centralizing aspects to it, doesn't necessarily mean it isn't enjoyable when you actually go back and play it, right? Sometimes it can be a bit of a surprise. Or maybe I'm just speaking for myself here, I don't know. It's, that's just the way it goes, I guess. So, yeah, that's my take on it. I don't know if there's any other comments you guys would want to make for...
DNA was asking if anyone played Durant Terrakion, and then, no, that sounds like a horrible idea on my end. Why would I want to throw cards into this card with Darkrai around?
Yeah.